Get away.
Yeah, I'm trying. Hello? Please, babe, don't go out there. Please. I'm so sorry.
Now, please.
Yeah, someone punched me in the face.
No.
Babe. No, don't go out there, Jason. Don't go out there. Call my dad, please call my dad. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this.
I know.
I just want to leave.
Come on. Come on, here we go.
I didn't want all this. I told him it was stop.
I know.
And then they were saying to gouge your eyes out. And I was like, fuck no. And then they punched me in the face and threw me. And I was joking. Babe, I'm sorry. I love you. I did. Babe, I'm sorry. It's the worst New Year's Eve ever.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Can we just get out of town and never come back here, please? Please, Joe. Please, Joe.
You'd figure out me.
Hello?
And I came in here and I closed the door. But I saw him attacking you, attacking Shannon.
Joe, look at me.
I know.
And that guy grabbed me and shoved me against the wall and punched me in the lip. Did you hear me screaming?
Yeah, I could. Look, I had a bunch going on mine too, and I didn't know what was going on. Well, I saw him grabbing you, thumping you, and grabbing Shannon.
Good evening, and thanks for making us Grand Junction's news leader. I'm Bernie Lang.
And I'm Lee Ashman. Gene Reynolds is off tonight. It's been more than 2 weeks since 47-year-old Randy Cook was fatally shot just minutes into the new year.
Found dead by a gunshot wound just after midnight on January 1st, and the incident has impacted many in the area.
So much.
I thought he was best guy I've ever known. He was my best friend for many years.
Whenever you needed anything, you could call him and he would move mountains to show up and help you with anything.
It's been nearly 3 weeks since Randy Cook was fatally shot early New Year's Day. And tonight the community remembered him while sending the message they want justice for Randy. Good.
Somebody should be in jail and charged with this, with murder.
A murder investigation comes to a close, but not without some controversy.
And I've been fortunate in my life not to lose many people, and never to a gun-related crime or to a murder, and that's what this
Randy
is.
Cook was found dead by a gunshot wound just after midnight on January 1st, and the incident has impacted many in the area.
So much that they've joined together to try and find some answers. News Channel 5's Amanda Brandeis joins us live in the newsroom to explain. Amanda?
Torm and Christina, they're trying to gather information through social media, more specifically Facebook. Stacy created a place where people could come and share information. In just 24 hours, more than 1,000 people joined. Many online have also talked about the man they believe pulled the trigger. News Channel 5 has decided not to broadcast his name, but reached out to friends. One tells us this. We are choosing to let this investigation take its course and stay out of the public eye. Reasons for this is for our own safety and to not interfere with the investigation. We want to allow the Sheriff's Department to do their job and give this investigation its due diligence.
More than 6 months after a shooting on New Year's Day that left a local father dead, and District Attorney Pete Hotzinger has decided not to press criminal charges against shooter Joe Hoskins.
A press conference was held this afternoon detailing the decision and how a controversial law came into play. KJCT News 8 Sarah Zendanam joins us live at the Justice Center with details. Sarah.
Law enforcement has proved that Joe Hoskins is the one that pulled the trigger on New Year's Day, killing Randy Cook. Now, the Make My Day law is what's justifying his actions. The law states an occupant of a home can use any degree of physical force, including deadly physical force, if a person has unlawfully entered the home and there's a reasonable belief the person might use force, no matter how slight, against the occupant. Through the 6-month-long investigation, law enforcement proved Randy Cook and Kevin Eardley went into Hoskins' home, where a fight broke out and Hoskins shot Cook in an attempt to protect himself. Hotzinger says he's ethically, legally, and statutorily prohibited from filing any criminal charges against Hoskins.
I am sorry that Colorado's criminal justice system doesn't have an answer for justice for Randy in this situation. I am sorry that Colorado's criminal justice system doesn't have an answer for justice for Randy in I didn't write the law. I took an oath to uphold the law, and that's what I'm doing.
Hotzinger says during the scuffle before the fatal shot was fired, Hoskins was recording the situation. Transcripts from the video say at 1:16 a.m. the sound of a gunshot could clearly be heard. At the press conference, authorities also showed a text conversation between Eardley and Hoskins before the men went to his house on Orchard Mesa. Eardley was demanding Hoskins' address on the 2800 block of Uniweep Avenue, which ultimately became the final place Cook was seen alive. Now, as we've mentioned, charges won't be pressed against Joe Hoskins, and the DA's office has also decided not to pursue any charges against Kevin Eardley. Hotzinger says while Kevin Eardley did play some role in the actions that happened that night, he can't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he's guilty of a variety of different charges, including trespassing and assault. Reporting live, Sarah Zendanam, KJCT News 8.
I could consider filing, particularly against Mr. Eardley, who incited this whole thing, burglary or criminal trespass or disorderly conduct fighting. But again, Joe Hoskins would have to be the named victim there. He is not a sympathetic victim, nor is he a cooperative victim, and I see no likelihood of conviction in filing those charges.
All right, thanks, Sarah. According to the Make My Day law, Hoskins is also immune from any civil liability for injuries or death.
And stay tuned to KJCT News 8 at 10 for the full story.
If there was any way to get around Make My Day, frankly, we wanted to explore that and investigate it.
A letter written by Hautzinger to Sheriff Stan Hilke outlining the events that took place that night says Kevin Eardley, owner of Fantasy Nightclub, and Randy Cook went to Joe Hoskins' home on New Year's looking to resolve business issues. According to the law, because they were not invited in the home, and that's where the shooting took place, Hoskins is protected by Make My Day regardless of what some think is right versus wrong.
You can see split lip, blood all over his teeth, a big goose egg coming up on his forehead.
News Channel 5's Emily Frederick was at the press conference earlier this afternoon and joins us now live from the Mesa County Justice Center with details on the decision. Now, Emily, what was the mood like after this monumental announcement?
The conference today was filled with visible frustration, not only from Randy Cook's family, but also from Sheriff Hilke and District Attorney Hautzinger.
But you need to know that, you know, he did not do anything, it appeared, to try to keep this from occurring as far as the fight.
Idea of letting someone who shot and killed another human being with a shotgun slug at point blank range, letting them get away with it really troubles me.
Reynolds is on assignment tonight. More than 1 week after authorities decided not to charge Joe Hoskins in the shooting death of Randy Cook, many people are still shocked and angered by the decision.
More than 1 week after authorities decided not to charge Joe Hoskins in the shooting death of Randy Cook, many people are still shocked and angered by that decision.
The case and the controversial Make My Day law are making national headlines, and District Attorney Pete Hautzinger has come under fire for letting Hoskins off the hook. KJCT News 8's Sarah Zendanam is live in the studio with more. Sarah.
6 months after the death of Randy Cook, those closest to him say they still don't have closure because the person who took his life isn't behind bars. And that's all because of the Make My Day law. When taking a closer look at the Make My Day law, some people think the decision District Attorney Pete Hautzinger made was justified.
If we were to be inconsistent with how we treat the Make My Day law, then we wouldn't have that to depend on.
Somebody's in your house, then yeah, you should be able to protect yourself.
I think it's a good law.
But those who have been following the Randy Cook case since day one say authorities didn't do everything they could to bring justice for Randy.
Randy is very popular. None of us are happy with the outcome.
Joe Jarvis has been friends with Cook since they were 5 years old. He says he has two major problems with the investigation. The first one involves the fact that Joe Hoskins wasn't tested for drugs or alcohol the night of the incident. Hautzinger says while he wishes everyone that night was tested, it wouldn't have mattered.
Because Make My Day doesn't even contemplate drugs or alcohol, it makes no difference.
it would have had zero impact on my legal analysis.
The second issue Jarvis has is how the law applies if Joe Hoskins was an active part in the fight that broke out before the fatal shot was fired.
There is no initial aggressor provision to make my day. There is nothing that says if you start it, you can't rely on the law.
Make My Day covers two major requirements, including illegal entry and physical force. Hautzinger says after the 6-month-long investigation, both were proven, which is why Hoskins wasn't charged. But supporters of Cook say regardless of the decision, they're not backing down.
Whatever can be done, if they aren't going to, we are. It's far from over.
They're not backing down.
Whatever can be done, if they aren't going to, we are. It's far from over.
Pete Hautzinger says while the original law was created in the 1980s with the idea to protect unsuspecting residents of home invaders, the law wasn't written with limitations, and situations like these do apply.
He has absolute confidence any other prosecutor looking at this case will come to the same decision he did.
Now let's check in with first one.
Fire for letting Hoskins off the hook.
Day law are making national headlines, and District Attorney Pete Hautzinger has come under fire for letting Hoskins off the hook.
Inside a home at 2846 Uniweep Avenue on New Year's Day.
The Mesa County Assessor's Office website shows that home is owned by Joe Hoskins. The Assessor's Office says that home is owned by Joe Hoskins.
Involved. The bottom line is we just all need to know the truth.
Stacey.
Journalism is the most dishonorable, dishonest, callous, cynical, mean, stupid people.
How many times?
An industry I have ever seen. So dishonorable, and it's one after another, after another, after another. They'll say one thing to you, and then they'll do the exact opposite, because all they care about is ratings, clicks, money. That's all they care about, and it's dishonorable.